Are you wondering how do you retain most of the information of which you read or which you read in a book? Well, this is the video for you because in this video, I'm going to teach you every single thing you need to know about retaining most of the information that you read in a book. The first step to reading a book in general is to read less books. Remove the concept of reading a book from start to finish. Most people must be wondering, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if you start a book, you're supposed to finish it. Yeah, sure, if that book is so important and it matches of what you're doing in life. For example, you're reading a book and you don't like it halfway through, or when you read it, you leave that book instantly because there's no there's no information or no knowledge we're gaining from it. The book is not that nice. And if you like a book, you continue reading it. You don't stop reading it. And the concept of reading multiple books at one time is better than reading one book at a time, finishing it. Because you as a person, need to have a broad spectrum of knowledge of books you're reading. That is why I read multiple books at a time. I read books, like full books, Millionaire Fastlane and Way of the Superior Man, and other books, and I read summaries of some books like How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, book by Dale Carnegie, and another book. So many books I read at one time, and that helps me more because I don't pressure myself to finish that book particularly. There are so many books I have left halfway or a quarter way in because see I started reading other books which I like more, which give me more knowledge. You need to stop making notes while you read. The same concept goes with watching a lecture or when you're in class. You're not supposed to write notes as the person is talking, as the video is going on, as you're reading. Rather, you just underline the topic you like in a book, underline it, and when you finish that chapter, and after each chapter you finish, what I would suggest and what a lot of people suggest, this is coming from even from Dr. Jordan Peterson, of course everyone knows him. He says to at the end of the lecture of the chapter, you write notes. You whatever your mind's going through after each chapter. You argue with the author. You write your own opinions on the chapter on the topic. What that will do is when you process an information, when you think about an information or the chapter after you read it, it engraves in your deep long-term memory. And when you use that information with your mind and you process it in your mind, you retain it for longer and you actually tend to implement it more in your life. When you do this thing, when you use this strategy, uh, again, I'll tell you, read one chapter. At the end of the chapter, open a Notion template, page of Notion, write down the name of the book and the name of the chapter, chapter number, and write down what did you learn from that chapter. If you want to argue with the author, sure, go ahead and argue and write the points or write a deep paragraph on what you learned or the summary of the chapter in your own words rather than using the author's word, copy pasting. That's not what you should do. Use your words, you use your thoughts, and you will retain that information for much, much longer. I promise you, after you follow these steps which I just explained to you, I promise you that you will retain most of the information, probably all, if you actually follow exactly what I just said. you know like what I said, making notes at the end of each chapter you read. All right, rather than reading one book from start to finish, you encourage the thought of reading multiple books at one time. And if you don't like a book midway, or if you find a better book, you start reading that book. By doing this thing, especially the one where you process the information that you just read, it will change your life. Now, if you want to learn more about books, you should follow me, subscribe to this channel, and I'll have more videos like this on self-improvement, how to improve yourself. For this is not just a fitness or a book channel. This is a broad spectrum channel in which I'll tell you ways to improve yourself through reading, through fitness, through religion, through communication skills, and everything I know, everything I am interested, or everything that I just learned, I will teach you in this channel. So please do subscribe, for I will be more motivated to upload these videos to you for free of cost, of course. And thank you. I'll see you soon. Take care.